We'll take questions from Cooper Mays.
Coop, SEC Media Days, this is something you said that you were interested in a year ago. What's it like finally being here?
Big blessing. I think it's a good opportunity for me to represent the school that I go to, represent myself and my family, and just, put my best foot forward.
You've been out there a little bit more, and you and I have talked about that, but as far as publicly, maybe not the most comfortable, but now you're doing it and you're doing it a lot. Can you just kind of talk about your approach to that?
Yeah, just trying to be the best I can be every day. And a lot of people aren't blessed with this opportunity to come down here and talk and represent themselves. So just trying to do the best I can with it. I've been blessed, so just got to take the opportunity as it comes.
Cooper, you've seen quite a few quarterbacks roll through in your time. What makes Nico stand out and appear to be ready for the role?
Just kind of how young he's grown up and matured. I think he kind of came in and was ready to kind of take on the role, whatever that was. But from the first day, he came in and was very humble, very, very eager to learn, and he's done a great job with us.
What's been the biggest difference in him now that since the bowl game, knowing he's going to be the guy, he's sort of the leader of the offense and that kind of thing?
Just kind of the way he communicates and carries himself a little bit. He's always been a confident guy and knows who he is and everything, but it's a lot more comfortability when you know what you've done on a college level, and you don't really know till you play.
Has he gotten any louder? We heard he's good one-on-one talking to you guys. Is he still sort of a team-wide leader yet, or is that still coming in a little bit?
Yeah, he's a great leader for us because just how he acts. A guy that has all the things that he had going on, especially coming out of high school, and I don't know if I would come in very humble and ready to learn and everything. So he's done a great job just taking everything in stride, and people respect that.
Lance Heard's a big addition. What do you see out of him, and what do you think he's going to bring to the table?
Just a great platform for growth. He's got everything that all the God-given stuff that you can't teach, and he's a great kid as well. And he's come in, a young kid, but he's ready to learn and ready to play, and he's done a really good job, taking hold of the offense and trying to fit in the best he can.
Coop, what about John sliding over to the right side? How natural do you think that'll be for him?
Oh man, I think it's looking natural for me and what I see, but it's a hard thing to do. People don't really realize how hard it is. I mean, it's like batting lefty and then switching to righty. So just kind of flipping everything around physically, and then you add in the mental side of it. It's a hard thing, but I think John's done a really good job with it, and he's continuing to get better, and it's a process for sure.
How has Javontes handled his injury and being out and missing time and just all that rehab and everything?
Oh, I think he's handled it great. I think anybody that knows Sprags knows that he's got a lot of energy and can battle with the best of anybody. So I think it's been really good for him. I don't know if he's ever really been banged up until that. He's played a lot of ball here and done really good. So he's had a really good time kind of having that adversity and then, switching into a positive thing for him.
A lot of new faces in the backfield. I guess, what do you think of the weapons back there, and how excited are you to work with some of the newbies?
Super excited. I mean, we got, they're new weapons maybe, but if there's one thing I know about Coach Hype and his offense is that he knows how to dial it up and use his playmakers. So, I don't know how it'll happen, but I'm sure it'll happen a lot.
How much pressure do you put on yourself in that center position when you are with the young quarterback and you have to call out blitzes and stuff like that?
A lot, but I mean that's what I came back for. I knew what my role was going to be, and I knew what I had to do, and I've kind of found that spot here at Tennessee. I feel like my place is kind of helping everybody around me. I think that's kind of what the center spot does in general, but especially at our offense and what we do. So it's been a process for us.
What else contributed to that decision? What from your first 4 years of your career, good, bad, or indifferent, made you want to come back for another year?
Big thing is I pray about it, finding my faith later in college, and kind of just trusting the Lord with my decision making a little bit more. And then I've got a whole family in Knoxville. Obviously Cade's, in Charlotte, he's on to different things, but the rest of my family's still in Knoxville or East Tennessee. So it's been a really good time for me, just getting close with my family and doing the football thing a little bit more too.
You talked about Javontes, John, a little bit. How beneficial is that experience on the line with you, especially with a young quarterback?
Oh, it's invaluable. It helps a great deal. I think the more experience and the more experience you have just in general on the offensive line is the better you'll be. Because I mean, you can be strong, you can be athletic, whatever, but until you play, you won't be that great at it.
Coach Eberle talked about, of course, a national title being the ultimate goal. What ownership do you take in getting this team to that place?
Oh, every day. You know, it's an everyday process for us. Coach talks about not wasting a day and you know, doing the best we can and putting our best foot forward. So every day I try to come in. You know, it's hard. Everybody, you know, life, you know, every day is something new. But, you know, I think if you have the right mindset and you go in there and try to do the right thing every single second of the day, then, you know, you'll be successful.
Cooper, what about specifically the competition there, that left guard spot from some of those guys?
Specific, what did you say?
The competition at left guard for some of those guys competing for that spot.
Yeah, it's, you know, the process is still unfolding. Fall camp will give us a better judge of that, but we got a couple guys that we're confident in that could play, and you know, there's a lot of guys that, you know, injury happens throughout the season. You never know where you're going to play. So we're just getting a lot of guys ready, and you know, I'm sure we'll find the spot.
I don't know how many reps you got during the spring, but obviously there were a lot of chance for Bison and William to get a lot of work at center. What did you see from those guys, and how do you try to help them along, of course, this whole offseason?
Just growth. You know, I think, you know, I talked about a little bit earlier, just trying to help the young guys and everything. Those guys, I think, look up to me and kind of listen to me a little bit. So I try to do the best I can, giving them any tips and everything. But you know, they're still young guys, and they're trying to figure it out themselves. So it's just a process, and you know, it takes time.
How much of a mental back and forth game is it when Keenan's back there? I know he's been out and coming back, but him being the quarterback of the defense, when he's in there, you seeing all the lines and everything, that kind of mental back and forth that you guys could potentially have.
No, yeah, it's a great battle. You know, we really, just the whole defense in general has done a really good job these last few years, especially when we are in fall camp or spring ball. I mean, that's who all we go against. So just seeing those guys develop and get better each year, and you know, it's been really cool.
Is Kate going to be able to go to the game in Charlotte, or is he going to be too busy?
I'm not really sure. I haven't thought about that yet. Probably not, though. He's probably got his own stuff going on.
That makes sense.
Thanks, Cooper.
That was Cooper Mays, obviously one of the most mature players on Tennessee's football team, an incredible leader. You can't say enough about him. Our own Jacob Warren went to SEC Media Days last year, and they had to bring Joe Milton as the senior quarterback, which was why Cooper Mays wasn't able to go. But you do have to give a ton of respect to him. Cooper Mays, just one of the greatest people, and just one of Tennessee's favorite sons on the offense in football. And I think that, you know, when you think of Cooper Mays, he's another Trey Smith, just guys that you know love Tennessee. Those are going to be two of the favorite offensive linemen in Tennessee football history. Just a ton of respect for Cooper Mays and the type of leader he is and everything he has done for the program. And a very valuable player. I mean, again, the center is a huge part of this offense, and if Cooper Mays goes down, we don't know what to expect, and that was shown last year. We love visiting with him every Sunday or every weekend, and now having him at SEC Media Days is perfect.